G'day to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. Today I just want to do a bit of an extension on something that I discussed yesterday, and it's about investing in the share market and using a broker. And as I was alluding to yesterday, a number of people that I've spoken to have been more interested in how much it costs to buy and sell shares rather than look at the opportunity of the money you can make by successfully trading. I have a trader that I've been working with for a number of years, and he's a full price trader. He's not a discount trader, so I pay a premium for his service. And I'll just explain to you one of the benefits, or a number of the benefits, of having a full premium service broker at your disposal. Just like everything, if you want to achieve great outcomes, you need to be surrounded by specialists, people who are dedicated and who are leaders in their field. And just like in all industries, the best people in their field are the ones who can command a premium. And the benefits of having a broker, a full service broker, is that you can outsource all of the challenges, all of the stress, and all of the activity to that broker. And you only get contacted when an opportunity arises, and they'll chat to you for just a little while just to say, well, I think we should be buying these shares today for this reason. You'll look at your portfolio to make sure it's balanced in terms of the weightings that you've got from a trading perspective, not from a portfolio perspective, but just from a trading perspective, to make sure that, for example, if you've got a leveraged equities account, that you're not getting yourself into trouble in terms of being margin called and having to deal under pressure. So he'll manage all of that for you, or at least my broker manages it for me. He'll call me from time to time with an opportunity that he sees as an opportunity. And the broker that I have is, I guess you could probably describe him as a contrarian trader. So he'll invest, or he'll seek to invest in shares that have been oversold. Because what happens in the market is that, like all things, human beings, when it comes to emotion, we overreact. And when we say we overreact, means that on the way down, the market overreacts and oversells a share, so the price decreases more than what it should, and there is value there. And also when there's good news, or there's as my broker calls it, a catalyst. When there's a catalyst in the market and the share price goes up, it tends to overreact there as well and get to a point where it's ridiculously not too good a value. So my broker looks for those two opportunities. So from a contrarian perspective, when something's been oversold, we'll buy into that, and then we'll wait for it to come back into favour, and it could take 2 days, it could take 2 months, it could take a year, who knows. But you're sitting on gold, you're sitting on an opportunity that hopefully will start picking up at some point. And similarly, when something takes off, and it takes off really, really well, then the broker, based on his intuition and looking at the charts, will signal. You won't get it perfectly right. You never get it right. You never get it perfectly right. But he'll advise to sell and to squirrel away some profits and reinvest those profits in another opportunity that has been made available. In case you're not aware, opportunities present themselves every day. My broker reminds me all the time that the opportunity of a lifetime comes once or twice a day. Because as we say, and this is what the broker's really good at, each share has a trading range, and that trading range varies on a daily basis. So the market ebbs and flows, the share price ebbs and flows, and the broker's got a feel for it, a much better feel than what I have, for example, because he's in there, he's feeling it, he's looking at it, he's tasting it, he's smelling it, he's feeling it, he dreams it, he lives it. Whereas I just do my other stuff. I get to focus on my family, my friends, my hobbies, my work, and every now and then we'll have a chit chat or an SMS will come through, and all I do is just say yes or no. But at the end of the day, it's my decision. It's not my broker's decision. He's advising me on what he sees as an opportunity, and it's up to me to act and to make the most of that opportunity. And as I say, they don't always come off. Now, we've lost money, so it's not for the faint-hearted. But another benefit of having a full premium broker is that big brokerage houses are in charge of share floats when new companies list on the stock exchange for the first time. And there's a share listing, or should have listed today. It's called Universal Store. Its list price is $3.80. It's been oversubscribed, so it means that when they put it out to people to buy, everybody took up their options or the amount of shares that were available to everybody, and there were more people, there were more institutions, there were more people who were waiting to pick up those shares, which suggests that at open there may be a premium to be made on those shares. So you don't get access to those sorts of opportunities if you're not with a brokerage house, if you're not paying a full service fee. So my broker and I, over the years, have generated and developed a healthy and a respectful working relationship. As I said before, we've lost money, we've made some good decisions, we've made some bad decisions, but we're both learning and growing at the same time. There's nobody out there, there are no brokers out there who have a crystal ball. Nobody's been to the future. Nobody has information, or nobody legally has information to give anybody an advantage. And we don't look for that sort of stuff, because that sort of stuff gets you in, puts you in jail. But what we do, and what the broker is able to do, is he's able to read charts. He's got researchers, a team of researchers behind him or her, and years of experience. So as I was saying, there's a float that was happening today for Universal Stores at $3.80. My broker was able to organise an allocation of shares for me. But the other beautiful thing is that the allocation that you get, depending on the brokerage house that you've got, you don't have to pay for that allocation. What happens is, depending on the way they've structured the float, I've been allocated shares, and I have to pay for those shares 2 or 3 days, or maybe a week after they list. So technically, those shares can list on the stock exchange tomorrow. I can sell them before I have to pay for them. How good is that? It may work, it may not work. But there are opportunities there. So you need to have a relationship with a broker. You can't go it alone. You can try to go it alone, but at the end of the day, the most valuable thing in our lives is OPE, other people's experience, other people's intuition, other people's skills, and other people who have got teams of people behind them supporting them. Whereas I've got nobody. If I do it alone, it's just me, my PC, and just a flick of the coin. Whereas the broker at least has some science. But it's not all science, as we said before. It's science and an art form, because it takes intuition. My broker was able to call me one day when he was on holidays, believe it or not. He was on holidays. And yet he called me and he says, James, I've been looking at these charts and I feel as if we need to buy into these shares because something looks like it's about to happen. Based on his intuition, based on his skills. And lo and behold, 2 or 3 days later, there's a catalyst which creates some explosive growth in the share price, and we're able to book a profit. Not bad, not bad. So I think that's about it. He also helps calculate your tax profit or losses, so you can pass it on to your accountant. He sets up your account so he can trade. Listen to this is important. He can trade shares in a superannuation account, so you can set up an account with him with your superannuation dollars, and you can also contribute into your account by up to $25,000 a year. So you can, if your employer can contribute the 10% or whatever it is, and you can contribute more than that to get up to $25,000 a year and put into your superannuation account. And whatever you contribute over and above your employer, up to that $25,000 limit, is taxed at 15%. But the beauty is that when you're trading in your superannuation account, the profits, the gains, set up a margin loan account for me, a leveraged equities account, where I've put in a sum of money, a sum of cash, a sum of savings that I've got. I'm not sure what his minimum amount is, but I've put in a decent amount, and through a bank we're able to get some loans to enable us to take the amount of money that I've put into that account and invest that plus 2 or 3 times more than that. So and it's dangerous. It's not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not advising you now. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. But you can get magnified returns, amplified returns by leveraging your money with other people's money. So OPE, so taking a bank loan on top of your savings to buy more shares. And if they go up, you make more money. If they go down, you make more losses. But it's not for everybody. You need to have a thirst and a capacity to deal with risk, to deal with pain, to deal with immense pressure, because there are times where there's immense pressure. But this is where a full price broker, a premium broker, helps, because they know. They've seen over the years that a sell-off can only last so long before buyers come back into the market, because there's value there. Now, nothing will go to zero, or very, very few companies will go to zero. But if you're buying good organisations or good shares that are popular in the market, then, as we said, you can make some decent money. And when things are going good, this is an important thing. When things are going good, they can go really good. And when things are going bad, they can go really bad. So it's time to make hay when it's shining. With the US elections, with COVID looking like vaccines and those sorts of things are being whispered, the future looks a lot more rosier today than what it looked 6 months or 8 months ago. So as I say to my broker, all I want you to do is to position me in front of explosive growth. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I'm not going to blame you. But we work together to create opportunities, and we take profits when we can, and we just hang in there when we can, when we've got losses or paper losses, because sooner or later what's out of favour comes into favour. As long as what you buy at good value. And good value is something that's been sold off or oversold off, which brings me to another topic. So for people who don't want to trade consistently day in, day out, there's another thing that you may want to consider. You may want to consider setting up a thing called a vomit fund, where you set up your mechanisms. You set up your accounts, you put money into your account, you put your superannuation into that account, and you cash it. You just leave it as cash. So you're just getting a small interest payment on a yearly basis, and you just sit and wait. Because every year, Warren Buffett assures us that a market will drop by up to 10% on a yearly basis. It just ebbs and flows. And it can drop as much as 10% within a year. And every 2 or 3 years, every 3 years, for example, he also says that the market can shit itself and can drop by up to 40 or 50%, which we've just seen. But here is the clincher. This is the most important thing. When the market drops and overreacts, if you take the money that you've got in your vomit fund and buy as many shares as you can afford and wait, then when the market recovers, and the market always recovers, but you need to stay in the market to get the benefit. When the market recovers, then you're sitting on a massive, handsome profit. But it's tough. It's tough because, as they say, it takes a lot of courage to catch a sword. Because as the market's dropping, you buy in, it drops more, it drops more, it drops more, and you can lose your courage. But you need your broker. You need somebody to keep you honest, to keep you motivated, to keep you authentic, so you don't lose your marbles, and you don't lose the opportunity, and you stay in there and you trust in it. And that's about it, I think. So thank you very much for joining me on Jim's 5am Club. Today is a technical sort of session, and I'm talking about experience. I'm talking about my experience. I'm not encouraging you to do what I do. I'm just telling you, I'm just sharing with you what I do, just in case it's something that is of interest. So let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I'm well, and I'm absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant. And for those who want to sweat their assets and add another income producing capability to their bow, then consider share trading, but through a broker. Through a premium broker who can advise you and partner with you and be your partner for growth and development, and also be your crutch, your support when times are tough, and also the wind beneath your wings to get you to take action when times are really good and things are looking up. So thank you once again for following me here on Jim's 5am Club. As you can see, I'm trialing my new iPhone, my iPhone 12 Pro Max with 512 gigabytes of memory. I've got Dolby sound, so I no longer have those issues with sound that I once had with my other iPhone 6 hand-me-down that I got from my daughter. Whereas now the iPhone 6 gave birth to Big Bertha, to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I've got high definition video, the Dolby sound, a faster processor, and all the other mod cons. So thank you very much for joining me. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to coming to you again tomorrow from another location with another empowering message, and we'll see how this float goes tomorrow. Universal Stores, it's what it's called. So if it opens at anything above 380, it's good news. If it opens below 380, then I'll think about holding or selling and taking a loss. Anyway, yasas, take care, sasagapao, e puli agapi, que se vas more, with much love and respect. And I wish you all the best with your pursuits. And if anybody has any questions, you can message me online, and I'll be honest and upfront with you. And I don't make any money out of this advice or this sharing my experience. And my role is to be an emissary, to be a messenger, to help people make their own minds up, make their own decisions, but to show them what's available out there and what other people are doing, so that we can all share in each other's OPE, other people's experience. Yasas, and bye for now. Bye. Yeah.